It means never lying to yourself about who you are, what your desires are, or what you're capable of becoming. Your words can build a future filled with possibilities, or they can create limitations that become self-imposing prisons. Now, this is where we're going to stop because I got to give you another 15-minute piece of something else. But the reason why I want you to get to this book is when I heard the personal prisons, as I've shared with you, I've created those prisons too. What that means is that I said to myself, no, I can't walk in this room. No, I'm not going to be able to present. No, I'm a little bit afraid to knock on that door. So the first time I had a set of leads, it wasn't like I was the champ. I was like, wow. Somebody literally said, hey, I'm going to show you how to do this. Jeff Arroyo said, I love Filipino people because that was the first guy who actually taught me something. He was like, hey, I'm about to go and show you how this works. We're going to spend 2 weeks together, but next time I show up in this room, you're going to actually do the presentation today. You're actually going to fill out this application. You're actually going to close this transaction out. Now that you know how to knock on a door, now that you know how to talk to a lead, now that you know how to make a phone call, the more phone calls you make, the more presentations you make, you're going to build yourself a personal freedom away from the idea that you have to count on me to help you get to the other side. Now, what you can count on, he said, though, is that whenever you have a challenge or circumstance, or we need to mastermind together, we work together as a team. But what I did was that before I released myself, I had created some limitations. My favorite limitation to share with people is I lost the opportunity to say that I'm not going to Ohio. I didn't want to go to Ohio with Citibank. And I kind of transitioned and I was in one of those spaces where, like, what do I do now? And I don't even know why I was depressed. I just knew I didn't have direction. And I literally created a prison for 2 weeks in my own house, in my own basement. Really couldn't figure out why I wasn't moving, really couldn't understand. But do you know what I found out? Was that the world was moving without me those 2 weeks. It was like, hey, Hans, I got something to do. I'm not sure what you're doing, but we keep going. The sun's going to go up. The sun's going to go down. The sun's going to go up. The sun's going to go down. But are you going to create the personal freedom in those 24-hour periods? My mentor called me out of Atlanta. He was like, brother, he wasn't nice neither. He was real tough. He was like, he gave me a couple superlatives. He's like, I don't know what you're thinking about, but you better get yourself out of that basement because Lamika's counting on you to figure it out. I'm not giving you guys the true words, but he wasn't nice. But maybe he could talk to me that way. We don't talk to each other here that way. But what we do here, though, is that this book said that if I learn how to love people, it creates all of the forgiveness that I need. Ultimately, I'm going to love on you guys enough where nothing takes it personal. I'm going to do my best anyway, because love creates the idea that you're going to do the best anyway. You're going to position yourself towards value. You're going to position yourself towards the psychological reality of doing great. Love says that I love myself enough to change myself enough to position myself to do better. And if I love people enough, I'll help as many people along the way. But the reason why I won't wait for you is not because I disrespect you. It's actually, I'll create a limitation if I wait for you. Limitations mean that, hey, proceed according to plan, because this is not where the story ends. The story ends when you really get a chance to walk with your wife daily and you get a chance to visit Africa for 60 more days without worrying about where money's coming from, without the ability. Now, I need you guys to do me a favor. I need each and one of you guys to figure out how to participate in the next 15 minutes. Because what I want you guys to do is dream a little bit with me, but there's rules to the game about dreaming. Some dreams you don't share with everybody because some things are super personal to you, but some dreams you're okay with sharing out loud. I'm going to tell you why I'm here, and I'm going to open up the mic to some of you guys to say, what are you trying to get accomplished? What's the dream? What's the vision? What that means is that I want you guys to become little kids again. I'm not saying you're a child. But do you know what happens with my granddaughter? She's not worried about anything. She's like, Pop, are we going for a walk? Are you okay? How long are you going to be on this computer? I want to go play. Because in her mind, everything is okay. There are no limitations in her mind. She's like, hey, I don't like talking about my kids. My granddaughter, she does jujitsu. We put her in everything. There's no limitation for her. Yes, I'm going to teach you how to beat this kid down if it makes sense to protecting you. But there's no limitation in her mind. The limitation is what we place in her. We say, hey, no, reason why we talk about wealth in our family, no limitations being placed mentally. And where we found ourselves speaking against our children, we'll find it moving. But let me tell you why I want you guys to share. I want you guys to share, like, what's the dream? What's the vision? Why are you here? So that other people can hear it out loud. And maybe your dream is similar to somebody else. Maybe the goal is just making sure that you can take care of this big thing you got going in the background. Maybe you don't want to spell it out loud, but what's the vision? Why are you here? I want you guys to go this weekend and dream. What that means was when I was reading the book, it says, hey, Hans, what movie are you going to create? What's the biggest dream that you're going to create? Because some people are living in hell right now. Mean that you're here on earth, but there's a level of hell that you're experiencing, and you're saying to yourself, why? And maybe you don't know how to get out, or maybe you don't know how to position yourself differently. Like I said, guys, this is not a training today. This is masterminding, and I want you guys to think out loud for a little bit. Think out loud. A 2-year-old says, yes, I want to go play. Are we going to the park today? I want to fly a kite. I want to position myself even better than what I am. And I wake up the next morning saying, so the reason why I share that with you guys is one of the things that I said to myself is I'm going to live in a blissful life. I plan to live a blissful life. And the first time, yesterday was the first time I gave myself permission. I was like, you know what? Nothing personal. It's 8 o'clock. I'm not answering another call. I wasn't mad at you guys. I just said, let me go walk with my family. I worked hard today. I get a chance to go enjoy some time with my children and my grandchildren because I thought that was important yesterday. And I said, let me go walk and dream with my family. What's next? I'm still going to work hard, but the only way you get to dream the hardest is when you become the best person possible, then your mind starts to think like, what's next? Hey, you hit equity partner, and then you say, what's next? You hit business director, you say, what's next? You hit associate, what's next? Because that's part of the dream. The dream here is that if you're building a business, maybe some of you guys, it's just, hey, if I could just make $10,000 a month, I'd be happy. Or if I could just make sure that my kids' private schools are being paid and without worrying about that, maybe that's what your dream is. It's okay. It's a great dream. But just don't stop dreaming. Because the older we get, because we run into these challenges and circumstances, we begin to realize that there are things that are affecting our ability. But now, here's how you're going to build personal freedom, though. I want you guys to become a student of the game. I literally want you to take if you can get a copy of the $1 Million Baby, learn it. If you can get a copy of the Wealth Formula, learn it. If you can get a copy of any of the presentations that you've used, learn it. But when I say learn it, I mean literally take the PowerPoint, and if you don't even know what it means to say income, ChatGPT income, ChatGPT Google wealth, and see what it thinks so that you have new information. I want you to go on the National Life website and say, what is an IRA? What are the differences between, because it's going to give you freedom so that when you sit down with your clients, you understand why you're putting something in place. There is no magic show. The magic show is those who believe to build something great will build something great. Those who believe that this is how it's going to go, that's how it's going to go. But I want you guys to just think about it. So I'm going to open up the call. I got another 15 minutes is where I could be available to you guys. I'm going to pass it off to one of the leaders. But I want you guys to take a moment and share. Please share out loud what you're trying to accomplish or what's a dream that you have. Some things I do want you to keep a secret because not everybody needs to know your entire book of freedom. I haven't showed you guys my entire book of freedom. I share some of it because some things are personal to you, but some things it's okay for you to share so you can encourage others. So, Miss Princess Map, I see the beauty in you. I'm gonna open up the call to you first while
Thank
we're
you.
here. Some of the other leads,
Yeah.
so we can hear how you've been dreaming lately, young lady.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you guys don't know, I am a water walker. My kids, my kid, what did I say? Oh, you're a skinwalker. No, I'm a water walker. Okay. And definitely, man, that's everything. You first have to have that vision. And thank you for reminding me. But yes, my dream is to because I've, survived a lot of things, and I think I understand how the Lord wants to use me, and I feel that I can pour into mothers. And so I will build a community. I will build a sustainable community where they can live and their children can be poured into at a young age. I'm really heavy on discovering the gifts in children. I did it with my daughter when I recognized, what she had. I started very early pouring into her. But of course, with the challenges that I believe some moms face, especially single moms, they don't have the support mentally and to build on anything. It's like quicksand. And so I want to help build them internally first in this village. And then really, helping them discover their gifts. And from that, moving into their purpose. And then, of course, with that solid foundation, they can then build for their family and teaching them legacy, but also at the same time simultaneously with the children. So whatever I'm doing with the parents, the children are not too young to also learn. So yes, I'm going to have these mom communities throughout. I call it a dream mom. It's called dream mom communities throughout the United States, throughout internationally. I'll be in Africa with you. I want to give back to the moms, period. And that's my goal. Of course, traveling and all those nice things are, I'm going to do all that. But I feel before I leave this earth, my calling of the things that I've survived, I like to say I'm the list. And so if I've gone through all these things and I've ended up like this, joy unspeakable, it hasn't broke me. I have enough to pour into some other mother's cup. And that's what I'm gonna do. And OIC is the platform that would do it. God told me that in the beginning, that this is the financial platform that will allow me to do the kingdom work. And so that's it. But I'd open it up for anyone else to share. I do want to say a few more things in regards to what we were speaking about and with the book, you know, how I'm going to get there. I have to speak over my future. I have to say these things about where I'm going. I have to believe and not limit myself because of the current circumstances that I face. And because I've survived so much, really, I'm like a duck. When water gets on a duck's back, it just rolls off. So there's a lot of things that don't affect me the same. I kind of look at it different because I have that, I guess, thick skin. It's like, okay, and next, and I laugh when the enemy comes at me with familiar things because I can recognize, I've learned to recognize what mimes to step over, what bullets to dodge. So I used to say, oh, I'm catching bullets with my teeth, and I still got a nice smile, right? But these things do not stop me. And if you guys could just take that faith, I promise you, if you can get past anything that's coming at you and recognize, I always have to have blinders on and recognize you have somewhere to go. God has already positioned you, He's already set it up. I don't know if you guys don't even know my mother's tubes was tied when I was born. I was born the same day as Malcolm X. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff that I'd be like, oh, whoa, whoa. Okay. So I got to go back and read the manual of my life. Okay. But I've accepted it. I've accepted my calling. I accepted who I am and I accepted where I'm going. So once I got all over the boohoo and oh my goodness, I need therapy and all this stuff, then I realized my purpose. And that's what makes me unstoppable. You know, some days are not as good as other days, but I stand on the scripture, Romans 8:28. all things work together for the good of the Lord, for those who are called according to his purpose and those who love the Lord. So I understand clearly if I move left and I'm not supposed to go, God's going to make it right. Okay. And I don't take advantage of that. I make common mistakes like all of us, but I do understand he got my back. So it's not too much. He gives us free will. And then because I'm convicted with the Holy Spirit, I'm not getting too far out the line. Okay. I've had my experiences enough to realize, okay, this is where I'm going. So building a community for moms, learning how to speak over my future, not limiting my beliefs and not letting anything stop me. That's that's the ingredients to get to where I'm going. So I'm gonna pass the mic for anyone else that may want to share any of your dreams as well. I'm not the only dreamer in the house. I know we got some big dreamers in here, so don't be shy, please. And at the same time, we growing up together, so we might be looking like, okay, what island we want to buy, part of it, what do we want to do together as a unit? Maybe my dream can pour into your dream, or whatever it is that we can collectively do. That's the type of group that we're in, as God, increases us and positions us to these promises. So, does anyone else want to share with that their dreams? Okay, well, I'm gonna continue to believe for you guys, and I'm gonna continue to be in agreement. If you guys could put some ones in chat and be in agreement with my dream, okay. As we, pour into one another on a regular basis. And it's not easy. It's not easy. We cannot control our outcomes, certain things that, we can control our attitude. We can control what we're doing and how we're moving on purpose on a regular basis and learn to speak confidently, right? Especially when we show up for these teachers. Sometimes we are, clients. Sometimes we're not feeling good, and that same energy that you point out can roll over into the next person. So be mindful of that. So let's open it up. If nobody has any other dreams they want to talk about, but they want to talk about some wins, we can open it up for that. If anyone
Hey,
wants to personally
Princess,
share. Yes, sir.
can you hear me? I don't know.
I can hear you.
I'm driving, so do not know why the camera's not showing. But but I want to just mention the part that Han said we need to. He wants us to study and learn all of those. I asked Jen Fallapapa Ganji, I think that's right. I'm not sure. The other day, if she would send me her slide deck for the wealth formula. I spent most of the afternoon yesterday going through that wealth formula, studying all the parts of it. Because Hans had said, I want you to learn this wealth formula. I want you to be able to use it because you can use that with anyone. It doesn't matter if it's a teacher, it doesn't matter if it's a client, any other client, you can use that wealth formula. And so I studied it yesterday, and I'm going to continue to study it. And I hope that there'll be an option and a slot that I can begin to teach that. Uh, at 73, there's still dreams that I have. I want to empower some people who were like me and didn't know any of this stuff. So uh, I just want to. I want to be a. I want. I want. I'm a leader. The title just hadn't caught up with me yet, and I'm still shooting for that associate level. But I still feel like that what's been poured into me on this platform, and especially in these field training appointments with Hans, I'm probably, like I said on a meeting the other day, I've probably done more field training appointments than probably anybody on this platform. But I stepped out the other on Wednesday and ran one by myself and moved her to the next appointment. And I told Hans, I said, look, I feel confident in working with these teachers, working with any clients basically, but there I may need some assistance with the structure of an IUL or something like that. But I have become a student, and I'm going to learn all the presentations, and I just want to pour that into people. And then um, another thing is what this community has done for me. Uh, I pastored churches for a lot of years. I started pastoring churches in 1987, and pastored large churches, small churches, and there were preachers fellowship meetings and things that we went to. But I will have to say that this community, you and all the other people, have done a lot for me spiritually as well. There's been battles, there have been struggles with me, but you guys coming into these meetings, and the other night when Kimberly was presenting about keeping your business going and overcoming obstacles, it's very touching to me, and uh, very ingratiating to me, because I know that I'm in the right place, and I know that God has me here for a reason, and I just want to be a blessing to everybody that I come across, and be able to pour into this knowledge, because my generation didn't have this. My generation was the go to school, get good grades, and then go get you a job so that you can have a good steady income, and then that's what you want to do. So uh, I want to pour this into younger people. I've been talking with my neighbor. He's 29 years old, been in the car business for about 10 years. He just got promoted to the finance manager. He and I have been talking, and he told me the other day, I want to make sure my baby gets taken care of. He's got a 4-year-old boy, so we're talking about the $1 million baby plans. I'm going to really encourage him. Hey, look, you're just 29. Let's get you taken care of, because even even with the finance manager job, they don't have the benefits and retirement things. So I'm just taking each door as God opens it, and I'm going to walk through it, and do my best with everything I do. But I really appreciate everybody. Appreciate you. It's amazing to get to meet you, and everybody at in Atlanta, and then again in Vegas. And it's been a great. It'll be soon be a year, the end of this month, when I join. And so just wanted to thank everybody, and let everybody know that up here in East Tennessee, we're rolling. We are rolling. Thank you. Love everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Let me tell you guys about this young man. He can sing. I'll tell you that. And if you come to the convention, you'll hear him in person. But you came in blazing with two guns. I have a vision of me doing this, sliding across the floor, right? Like an action movie. And I tell you, Mr. Taylor, the fact that you took that LinkedIn presentation and immediately you personalized it, but you were also a product of it. And I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
is very commendable. It's amazing,
Yes, ma'am.
because now the majority, I think, of your new business partners have come from LinkedIn. So if any
Yes.
of you have even questioned or wondered or wanted to know, I say you better hit him up. He has that
Yes, ma'am.
secret sauce, and he is definitely so just seeing win in that area doing the presentations. I'm sure anything you choose to share, just like with the overview I've seen you, you're gonna do great. And I thank you for what you've done, being that you've been in this industry for a long time and you know how it
Yes,
works.
ma'am.
So to be a confirmation that we're at the right place, that's a blessing as well. So I
Yes,
just
ma'am.
want to
Yes, ma'am.
personally thank you because
Thank
you're doing a
thank you so
phenomenal
much.
job.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Let's go,
Hmm.
Stephen Taylor.
Let's go, George Ridley.
Oh, the bromance is happening this morning, guys. The bromance. Anyone else? Go ahead, Stephen. You want to say something? Oh,
No, I was just laughing at George Ridley. Let's go, George Ridley.
oh gosh. I tell you, you guys, stop it, okay? No kissing this early in the
Burning
morning.
desire. Good morning, burning.
All right, okay. Well, I do want to share a win in between the dream, guys, as we talk about the dream. I want to share this picture. I don't know if you guys can see my screen. But this was me at an awards ceremony at the school for my son's middle school. I volunteered as a parent ambassador leader last year in the winter. You have 6 months to go to the school, and you basically. I shared, they gave us the materials that we needed to share, like about drugs or attendance, the things that the school wanted to highlight. They provided tools where I can call a speaker. I can say, hey, I want a speaker to come talk to them about drugs. Very resourceful. At the same time, it allowed me to be on the grounds. It allowed me to build a relationship with the school, the teachers, the principal. And this past week or the other day, I nominated the principal for teacher life changer award. So I'll see how that's going to go. But at this ceremony, I had a program I'm trying to introduce to the school, and she came up to me and she's like, "Oh yeah, because and she's just casually talking to me. She's like, how you're, the advisory board, how you're on the advisory board, and we're gonna be meeting at the 1st of July, and so we could talk about it then." And I'm sitting here like was shaking my head yes and no because I don't know about no advisory board. And so then I stopped her and said, I don't think I'm on the advisory board. And she goes, well, you are now. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I'm going to call her, follow up on that. But yes, I getting involved, if you can, with the parent ambassador leadership, any school, this was my kids are middle school. So it was a big win. I had to get fingerprinted and so forth to be on the school, but building that relationship. I think you guys, look into the schools where you're at if you're a parent. And it's really a blessing because they're seeing my face. The superintendent was there. I don't know what would come out of it because it's been a hard egg to crack. But I am going to follow up with NLG. But the principal doesn't have a problem with me talking to the parents the teachers one on one. So I wanted to share that win, you guys. So does anyone else want to talk about their dreams or any wins that are going on as we're going into the weekend? Is it anybody have anything planned? Um, besides, all right, all right. Well,
Apologies.
Gabrielle,
I don't know. I couldn't see my camera. I apologize. I thought I had it on this whole time.
yes.
But next
Good
week I
morning.
do. It's just like a reminder from Stephen Taylor and Hans, the encouragement of learning and continuing to learn. Next week I do have I'm part of a membership, the Catholic Association of Latino Leaders. And next week they have a young professionals retreat. So it's an overnight retreat, and there's going to be guest speakers. And I went for it. I signed myself up. I introduced myself to the administrator. And so next weekend, I'm actually going to be presenting. Um, finance and work and stewardship is going to be the focus. And, the theme is faith and works, right? So, so I'm taking the wealth formula. I'm taking what I've learned throughout these presentations and what you have shared with me personally, and just going to go speak my truth and speak some financial literacy. So I'm excited about it. I truly am. I have 45 minutes plus an activity. So my goal is to help these young professionals learn how to budget. So that's why I have spent the whole week just really, really being honest and transparent with myself where I spend money. Sometimes we spend it carelessly. My daughter loves jumping up on those the Temu app. I'm constantly deleting it off my phone. Because there's no need to be spending that money there whatsoever. But anyhow, so I'm excited about it. So I'll be speaking. I'll be speaking next week. I think they have 25 young professionals registered. So I'm hoping I can bring them a wealth of information and value to
That's
these young careers that they're
amazing.
starting. Yeah. And then tomorrow I do have a follow-up. I've had a client that I've been working on for quite some time. I have a follow-up, and that's the beautiful thing too about our business is although Marlena brought me to the business and Kim's my director, we're able to reach out to anyone and everyone. So I actually spent some time with Hans yesterday after his walk. He didn't make time for me, but this platform is just beautiful. You can reach out to anyone and they will make time for you. They let you know that you are valuable, you feel valuable, and you have a better sense of direction too. So I'm hoping, taking small steps with this family. It almost seems like we meet once a month to get to where we need to be at. But yeah, I'm very confident going in tomorrow with what I need to share with them. The other beautiful thing is, as Hans has been saying, is, use Chat GPT. It is a great resource. I'm trying to really truly understand annuities and how they work. I took the time to actually scan this annuity, plug it in because they gave me a couple of their annuities that they have. And so I really needed to understand these numbers and how it works. And so I scanned the annuity, plugged it into ChatGPT, and I asked it to explain to me page by page, really. And then when it started to give me information, if I had a question, I continued to just have a conversation for clarity. And I just feel so empowered that tomorrow I'm going to be able to go in there as well and help them understand what type of annuity that they got into, the benefits of that annuity. Uh, they jumped into an annuity that actually gave them 45% bonus. Um, but yeah, there's just so much to talk about with annuities, so I'm excited about it. So those are my wins.
Okay, well, you hit it out the park. That's amazing. I love, I got to see you in action with the Medicare, and I'm curious when you said we're gonna do an exercise or something you're gonna do with them. What are you choosing to do with the young adults when you do your presentation? You say you're also gonna do something else with
So
them.
I wanted them to, I'm going to have them do a monthly plan for their budget, just so they can actually see how and where they're spending their money,
Oh,
how and
nice.
where, the needs versus the wants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I'm going to help them actually plan out for a goal. Like, let's say they want to go on vacation next year, right? Or whatever it may be. I want them to have a starting point and an end point, and then I'm going to have them calculate that percentage. If I'm trying to save, $2,400, I have this much these many months. I'm going to break it down by that month and what percentage is that you're going to be putting away from your paycheck.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Because they wanted something practical, something, yeah, that they could implement.
Very good.
Hmm.
Very nice. And that, of course, could lead to, and when you're saying young adult, well, they're adults. So of course it could lead to a later conversation following up
Correct.
with a wealth checkup or something of the
Yeah,
sort.
exactly, exactly. So I'm really taking that wealth formula and even the yeah, just really the wealth formula, taking that. Yeah, I'm going
I
to share
love
my
it because you're
story.
personalizing it. You're making it fit for a scenario. If you guys are taking notes, please, this is another avenue that she's creating for herself in a sense of,
Hmm.
maybe they're not getting to the wealth formula presentation, but now she's bringing that to her community and to her,
Yeah.
her audience and her clients. So that's amazing. Thank you. I think everybody should, take those notes and see how you can incorporate it in what you're doing, right, in the
Hmm.
field, because that's a great idea. And it could be done
Yeah.
in different niches, right, in different markets if you really think about it. She's just
Yeah.
basically taking, giving the information and then giving them, something to take and think about. And that's the biggest thing when we're talking to people, that interaction, and it's becoming real when they realize,
Hmm.
oh, wait, I either don't have enough to do that, or how am I going to do that? Or just
Yeah.
redirecting where they're putting their money. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Just working with purpose, as a professional and starting business, what is your purpose? Really defining that. So I have that set up for this June 19, 20, and then I have a second one, August 14 and 15.
Oh, nice. Okay, well,
Yeah.
congratulations. We want to know what happens. We want you to come back with a praise report.
Thank
But
you. Thank you.
thank you, Gabriella, for sharing. I see you, Mr. George Ridley. Go ahead and unmute if you can.
Thank you. Thank you. As I creep to the mic like a bandit, but yeah, I've had like 3 wins this week that I want to share with the group. Hello, everybody. I can't get on camera because I got some stuff going on, but I had a very good win with the calling the principals and asking them to let me get into the teacher orientation when they come back to school. And I had, when you guys do that, try to contact the benefit advisor or the benefits coordinator in the school. One lady came back. She was like, "Yeah, we're scheduling you and Mr. Gabriel Gonzalez to talk to us with the principal." So that was a win. I'm still continuing to do that with the 3 cities and ISDs around me here, which is Mansfield, Arlington, and Grand Prairie. So the second win that I had last night was normally on Thursday nights we go up to Richardson Hub, but Miss Mary Grace and all of them had a Southwest Airlines event, and I wasn't able to go up. But Miss Mary Grace went back to the office, and I had a lady, a Dr. G, call me that we went. I had met her at a networking event about a month and a half ago with Spectrum, and she called me up and she's like, "Yeah, I know you guys are doing these Thursday night events, and I wanted to stop by." And even though I didn't go, I called Miss Mary Grace and coordinated with her. And the lady ended up stopping over there. And I'll put the picture up of her and Miss Mary Grace. But those two got along very, very well. Now she has a resource. Unfortunately, the lady signed up last week with Primerica. So I'm gonna see if I can blow her, get her
There's
out of that.
nothing
Yeah,
unfortunate about that. Just a little challenge for a
yeah.
hot second.
Yeah. I'm gonna get her out of that though. And then my third and biggest win, guys, and I want you guys to take a look at this. And I sent it to Miss Princess and a couple other people. Is next door. I look back through my emails. I've had 30 people self-appoint with me for recruiting, and it looks like I'm getting ready to bring on about 5. It just works.
Nice.
It's local area. People are out here really, really diligently looking for a side hustle, that part-time hustle. And I just go on there looking for a job. I plug in my, hey, we're recruiting, I'm hiring, whatever. And then I put my calendar link in there and they go on and do the appointments. So I really want to offer that to you guys as well as LinkedIn. It's working very well. If anybody
It's a
needs,
local. I'm sorry to interrupt you. It's like a local in your area. A
yes,
way
ma'am.
like I don't want to say Facebook, but it's a way that your neighbors communicate, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
It's a
ma'am. And you can
local
go
for
out
wherever
50
you're
miles.
at. Hmm.
Right. 50 miles, 100 miles. So it's a local, let's say
Hub.
network, yeah, hub for your neighbors network. They're looking for all kinds of stuff. But lately, people have been on there left and right looking for jobs. I'd say for at least like the last month with the economy doing what it's doing. And
And there's
I'm getting,
groups there too. Sometimes people form groups, or you
yeah,
could form a group, you
yes, ma'am.
know. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. It's working just like that. But
Congratulations.
yeah, I look back through my the appointments yesterday, and I had like 30, 35 folks that came through so far. And so, like me and Mr. Hans was talking today. So even if I don't recruit them, those are potential people that I'm gonna go back to and for policies and hope that they can become a customer or client. So that's all I wanted to share with everyone.
Well, congratulations. Thank you, Mr. George Ridley, on that. I will add, there's also a resource out there called Alignable. It's the same concept, it's a way that you can communicate and refer, people. You can, basically make connections. People are always having meetings and inviting you, but it's an online type of a hub called Alignable. I'm in that. So if you go on it and you type my name, I guess you could friend me, something like that. But yeah, it's another resource. But congratulations on all the wins. Don't worry about that Prime America young lady because they got one product. So I'm like,
I'm getting
uh,
her back.
huh?
I said I'm going to get her back because she's a
Oh
when we
yeah,
talk
she's
at the
and she
networking event, Princess, she's like you. She was all over the networking event. By the time I got to her, I was the last one because she went and talked with everybody. She's one of those, social butterflies. She talks to everybody. So I need to get her as well.
yes. So
Yeah.
don't worry, I'll my advice is don't worry about it. Don't sweat it, and it's going to come to you.
Okay.
Don't
Thank you.
be
Appreciate it.
desperately, I need her because she just no. She needs you. So when they realize, oh my gosh, what do you guys do? The value of what we bring and what we do. I had a meeting with a gentleman from Prime America. I was another platform, some group, and he heard me speak about my insurance, and he DM'd me in the meeting, and he said, "Oh, I'd love to get together and talk with you." I was like, "Yeah, no problem." And I almost forgot about it, and he called me, and he's from Prime America, and he's actually got a Series 7 license. Series 6, what is it? Series 7. He's working on another one, and I think Mr. Samad spoke with him, and I really just gave him the information and value of what we do. Nobody's selling gold. The equity part, people say they're getting equity, but not like us. So what we have is very unique and very different, and we pretty much have an array of products that if we don't have to force anyone into thinking just this one way, and that's to me the disadvantage that a Prime America has. And he liked what he heard, but because they're paying for his license ticket that he's working on, that's why he's going to finish there, and then I'm sure he'll be calling or coming back. So don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Once she finds out, if she's like that, she finds out the value of what we do, she'll be coming over here in a hot second. But yes, you guys, I think as we go into the weekend, just remember to speak positive about your business. Continue to keep pushing. Don't get discouraged. Keep showing up to the platform because you never know what you're going to get day by day. The ideas that people are doing in the field that we all are doing, we can just take it, put it in our toolbox, and use it where we're at because we are all across the United States. So I want to just commend everybody for showing up and doing the work as we go into the weekend. Does anyone else want to share any other wins? I'm sorry, I'll share my last win is that with the pastors and events that I went to, it's funny because you have all these people that want to sign up. You have them, okay, they got the appointments going, but they're not answering. Oh, they're putting it off, and that could become discouraging because you look at the big ooh. But I will say I successfully I believe we sat with about three or four appointments, and we are following up on two. I have actually one today as well as over the week, two today and one over the weekend, a second appointment. So y'all send some prayers this way, as I make my way through this area. I went to an event recently with one of my agents, and she was trying to introduce me to everybody, and it was good, but I sat down. Feet was hurting. I sat down. I was like, okay, um, we're gonna get to them, and she had to leave. So when she called me, she's like, "Did you meet so and so? Did you meet so and so?" And I'm like, "No," but in that moment and in that time. I realized I don't have to rush. I don't have to try to figure it all out. That God has exactly what He has for each one of us. But in that moment, I know He's just showing, glimpses of what's to come. And that's for all of us. We're planting the seeds and we're watering the seeds, and there's going to be a harvest. So we don't get overwhelmed or thinking, "Oh man, I wish I coulda, shoulda, whatever." No, no, you are doing the work, and every day that counts towards where you're going, your promotion. Don't forget about the 3-3 convention, you guys, okay? And that's what we're working on. For those that have already paid for convention, you actually may have the opportunity to get your money back. So let's still strive to hit those goals as we walk into the weekend. I'm not gonna go over. Anybody else want to say anything? Any burning desires out
Yeah,
there?
I just have one really quickly. Tomorrow is If it hasn't been announced, it's oh my God, my brain. Um,
Academy?
the Academy, yes, ma'am.
ERG.
The ERG Academy. So I'm highly recommending for those who have not attended for the very first time, we only do it once a month. And obviously, like I said, it's the framework for you guys to be able to understand some of the basics of how you can leverage getting into schools and what conversations and who you should be having those conversations, what materials. So tomorrow it will be from 2 to 2 p.m. EST to generally like 4 o'clock or less, depending on how many questions. So it only happens once a month. So if you have not registered for it, please do so. So you can make sure if you want to also take it as a refresher, because obviously I tell people I really believe it's a successful system of learning how to access the space. You still have to solve the problem of going into school and having the conversation and going through the steps, but it gives you a great way to start that process. So if you have the ability, take a look at the links that were shared this week and some of the other pieces so that you guys can attend that tomorrow. And I'm sure it's also going to be inside the messaging box. But thank you, Miss Princess. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, you guys go out there and win. We are the winner circle, $1 million makers, okay? Heartbreakers, hurting feelings like Hans Augustin over there. Hans Augustin made over 20,000 in 1 month, guys. Come on. Come on. Over 1 month. We got someone in the building
Baller.
that's doing that. What'd you
That's a
say, George?
baller.
You know
He's a
what the next
baller.
goal, guys, is? My next goal is to
Brooklyn
break
balling.
100K in a month. It's 100K in a month. That's my next
Okay.
Let's
goal.
go, Mr.
I'm talking
Hans.
about like
Anybody
pocket
can
it.
do
I'm
it.
not
You
We
talking
can.
we
about
in the
gross points.
room. We in the room with somebody that's making that type of
Baller.
money. It's
Let's get it.
Yep.
Let's
doable.
get it. Let's get it.
Let's just
Brooklyn in
follow
the
the
house.
system. All right. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. See you at the academy. I'm signing off. God bless everyone. If you need me, just reach out. Thank you.